Ubisoft have delivered it, and we took it for granted. The Watch Dogs franchise, created by Ubisoft Games in collaboration with, all Ubisoft, from the studios that brought you Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Far Cry 6, Monopoly Plus, and responsible for this catastrophe.
Will Foster, you have the right to remain silent.
I do what she tells you. Okay. You're a natural.
All in all, to bring you Watch Dogs 2, the sequel to the Watch Dogs trilogy.
It's our responsibility to look at the things that are happening in the world around us and have something to say about that.
A dog petting game, but you can't pet dogs, so you just watch dogs?
My name is Oliver Queen.
I love it. I think it's a great idea. And so Pet Simulator VR was born. But something didn't feel right. Something was missing.
It's empty.
Something had the potential to do something greater. Scratching their heads, tension found its way into the boardroom. And so, 6 months later,
I'm the fastest man alive.
the first Sleeping Dogs game was born. We're going to be talking mainly about Watch Dogs 2 in this video. Don't worry, you'll get your spot eventually.
I personally enjoyed this game.
Oh yeah, and you're not alone. No one liked the first one either. I've been waiting on to make this video for a while now. So here's a well-deserved review for this beautiful game.
Freedom's last line of defense.
Watch Dogs 2. An incredibly safe game to play, where you don't even have to use guns. See, you're presented with an option to perform mass shootings, but you don't have to. Well, at least you don't have to.
From head to tippy toe veinier than I've ever fucking been.
That's the beauty of this game, where your cell phone is the weapon of choice. Yes, the red iPhone 3G limited edition will do just fine. Laptops?
Fuck him!
And in a combat situation, there's room for improvement. I get it's cool, edgy, but come on, that's caveman technology. Watch Dogs 2 has shown us the way, with our cell phones being this generation's single greatest threat to humanity's existence. And they're not wrong. No bandages. Apparently, the Elon Musk brain chip has already been invented into this game. No, I mean seriously. All it takes is just a simple system reboot, and you're up and ready to go. The Shuffler's outfit, it doesn't fit in with the context of anything, yet it exists. Doors. Gone. No, there's still doors, but gone are the days where you have to face the day-to-day hassle of manually twisting doorknobs. You can now virtually open every door, behind every door, including the door next door. Doors being opened freehand in Watch Dogs 2. Signal jamming. Literally everyone's always on their phones. You could be in the middle of a gunfight with a bomb squad, and when they receive a text, they'll just go all in for it. Priorities.
You're stupid.
What does this say about the society we live in?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Yeah, I think there's a surrender option too.
You're under arrest.
The police in this game are the equivalent to those Amazon drones, and what do I mean by that? Upon further investigation, you'll find that the police department aren't exactly innocents themselves, because you can now frame a police officer as a police officer and use a third-party police officer to arrest the framees, and ultimately find out the cops aren't law-abiding citizens either. Social rebellion force DedSec against evil corporate greed, against mainstream media, to tell the tales of the cyber wars between DedSec and CTOS.
That one hit off to the side, Cloud9 mounting an assault. Squidgy passes to himself. He gets it. Reset. Can he do it? TG movements. Torment finishes it off.
4 brave men and women stood up to corporate corruption. Your original quadruplets, Wrench, Josh, Satara, all desiring a unique corner of the emotion spectrum. You play as Marcus Holloway, the fundamental gorilla glue to the quadruplets.
What the fuck? FBI, open up!
There are also some other characters, reoccurring cameos. Default, Wrench Jr., featuring a wide array of pretty disposable side characters, most of whom are undifferentiable from street NPCs, featuring guest stars such as Aiden Pierce, along with a mysterious DLC character. Important characters that disappointingly did not make a reappearance. The Watch Dogs Cups guy.
You're a get the out of here.
Whoops, lost it. Didn't you?
That's it. Guys are trying to steal my secret news false. I do not think so, guys.
Wrench. Can we talk about Wrench for a second? For an hour? This character is the reason I made this video. Easily goes down as one of the greatest video game characters ever.
I agree with that person.
Wrench has that whole Deadpool thing going on over there.
You've got a weird relationship.
Wrench is a bit of a technomaniac. How he got a son? That's a philosophical question for a different day.
It has no heart.
Though I would not be surprised if Wrench's girlfriend turned out to be one of those Detroit Become Human test subjects. A girlfriend and a kid. But nothing's perfect. Heartfelt moments where Wrench has to take off his mask for the first time. Arguably the second saddest mission of the bunch.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Horatio's death. One of the original quadruplets until Marcus came into the mix.
Fuck school! Fuck all this bullshit! What the fuck?
I'm joining Dead Sick.
Horatio, man, I'm here.
The mysterious death of Horatio is the equivalent to that of GTA 5's Mount Chiliad. Well, it's the closest thing at least. But it's enough for someone to make a 16-minute long video evidence about it. Twice.
You motherfucker! Bitch! My boy!
The parade mission was probably the weirdest of the bunch. What do I have to say about this? You have a chance to see the squad out there in real life. Take the whole squad out for some fresh air. Bring the whole squad of cave worms out to see the sun for the first time.
The first mission.
We are immediately introduced to one of the main components of the game, parkour. Beating the stereotypical norms of a hacker, your average mission will look a little something like this. You walk into a guarded tech facility in hopes of retrieving some kind of tech, through solving simple pipeline puzzles to unlock doors, with the help of your 2 toys, and in the process of it all, pulling off some sick kills, stealthing and parkouring as you go. An open world game with a third-person perspective, Watch Dogs 2 takes place in San Francisco, a fictional city based on the real-life American city of the same name, like apparently a lot of Ubisoft games do.
I wouldn't go in there for a couple days.
How do I know this takes place in San Francisco? The Golden Gate Bridge. I only know this because it's been shoved in my face 18 seconds into the game. How are the no-personality citizen simulations? Just your standard regular American city, I guess. Including a naked hobo that lives down the street who goes on a stroll around the park every morning. Yes, officers, there's a naked guy running down the street across from my house. Actually, as a tax-paying American citizen, he is legally allowed to perform any political stunts, as long as it's protected under the First Amendment. Okay, but what about these guys? Subcultures. homeless people.
Hold it. Run that back. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Stop.
Zoom in right here on this spot.
What's that?
Enhance section A6.
Hippies. Good work, officers.
Your face is too dark for my sensors to read.
Subcultures. And of course, zombies.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Oh, and don't forget about the subcultures. Even former President Donald Trump himself was a part of this game, who exists in the game, but also is a real-life political figure, which means there's about a 50-50% chance that this actually happened. So anyone can still find enjoyment in this game and still be able to feel grounded in reality, without losing all concepts of reality. Hey honey, where did you find this game? It's fun, family friendly, and induces good morals onto the kids. Say, I sure am glad this ain't the world we live in. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, Americans. With the junk that we have today, it's not coming anytime soon.
Thunderball, it's made out of an 8-ball.
The places you can explore are not exactly endless. When you get down to it, there's really not much to do. But don't get me wrong, there's still efforts put into it, Easter eggs that no one was meant to find. A part of the city's culture. Like this hotspot right here. It's unmarked, but upon arrival, you'll find that it's a nudist party. It was just like an NPC vacation spot. Or this place. Or this place. That's straight out of the map entirely. A tourist guide to San Francisco. That's helpful. Top 10 tourist attractions to visit in Watch Dogs 2 video. Oh, cause there's only 10 places to visit. Haha, get it? Wait, it starts at 5. I don't know how exciting it is for you. If you have never actually visited a city before in real life, it's a pretty cheap alternative if you ask me. But don't just take my word for it.
I love you!
Watch
Dog!
2.
Oh, and before I forget, don't play Watch Dogs 2 while driving. The car horns are so realistic, it gives new drivers anxiety. There's not a lot of cool cars. You'll probably just find yourselves using the following 3 vehicles most commonly.
Sure, put your hands up, put your hands up.
The bridge has been one of my favorite landmarks of the game. At nighttime, it's beautiful. It's like a brief pause in the action, a moment of civilized behavior. Nothing can go wrong on this bridge. It's just there. There's so many cars going in your direction that it really feels like you belong in the pack. On a side note, there's an entire subgenre of Watch Dogs 2 content dedicated to jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge at the highest point.
Kids, just remember, suicide is never the answer.
I'm alive.
Noodle HQ. Oh, that's cool. You know, it's aight. You know, it's. Watch Dogs Legion is literally like Cyberpunk.
You take that back!
There's similarities being that I haven't played either of them.
Shut the fuck up.
You're not funny. Of course. Now this game is NSFW, which means that they do swear in it. So instead of, hey, I'm walking over here, you'll find,
Get the fuck out of my room! I'm playing Minecraft!
well, you know what, here's a compilation of some of my favorite quotes from the Watch Dogs 2 NPCs community, as portrayed by some of your favorite pop culture references. See if you recognize all of them.
Take a picture, it'll last long.
You said you want to get down?
And they were roommates. Huh? What? Get away from me.
You know what I'm saying?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hi.
Okay.
Misery and bloodshed.
That's all these people got is fuck you. Well, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, you ass.
Excuse me.
What the hell?
No! God, please, no!
Maybe somebody should call an ambulance.
I could give it.
I don't give a shit! Are you choking? Are you choking? What's the matter with you? Come on. Well, you know. Come here, coward. Come here, coward.
Someone ought to put you in a mental hospital.
Civilian arguments that have nothing to do with you really makes you feel like the world doesn't revolve around you in an open world game.
I've had a shit day, and then you come along and make it worse. You can't even stop and apologize. Don't turn your back on me.
Imagine an action-adventure game ending in a civilized conversation. For the finale, it closes off the storyline completely, leaving absolutely no breathing room for a possible sequel in the works, because there's no point in replayability anymore. Even the developers themselves have to travel back in time to some time earlier, just to allow the players to access the open world again. A solid piece of work, you could say, but it really is an ambiguous ending. We never really got to see the happy ever after or what happened to our characters later on. So here's a pitch for a narrative. Wrench downsizes and becomes a DJ, and Marcus makes YouTube videos now, and would soon be known as Quite. Satara downsizes and is now better known as Siri.
What?
Josh will always be Josh. No assumptions. Feel like fighting with it. Knock it out twice on with it.